6 months ago, I began creating YouTube videos focused on Planet Coaster and Roller Coaster Tycoon content. I have some reviews for DKMP Roller Coaster Tycoon contests, some random shorts, and the main project, which is this series, recreating a RCT park in Planet Coaster 2. Last year, I helped build a park that is featured on the current OpenRCT 2 title sequence. This title sequence will soon be changing, but Bear Hollow Park will live on through these videos and this Planet Coaster 2 park. For today's episode, the finale of my Bear Hollow Park series, I'll be taking you on a tour of this massive project. This is the first park I ever made in Planet Coaster 2. I only got this game less than a year ago and never played any other Planet games, so there was a lot of learning along the way, and despite that, I'm very proud of what I've built. I think recreating a Roller Coaster Tycoon park was a great way to begin my Planet Coaster journey, since the former game is grid-based with limited objects, so the recreation was relatively straightforward. I wanted to make the Planet Coaster park more realistic than the RCT park, but it was also nice to have a simple reference to use throughout. Knowing what I know now and the skills I've developed, if I were to start this park all over again, there's a lot I would have done differently. But the good news is that with my new knowledge of this game, and the fact that this park is finished, I can begin working on new projects that will be even better. But anyway, enough of my blabbering. Let's jump in and take a tour of Bear Hollow Park. Hello and welcome in to the park tour of Bear Hollow Park here as we approach the ticket booths for the parking lot. This was one of the last things I made, just a pretty simple parking booth structure. I think it turned out all right. And into the parking lot, I just used the Planet Coaster vehicles. I originally had some custom vehicles that I found on the workshop, but they were like 300 pieces each. And after the parking lot was only like a fifth full, I was getting a ton of lag. So I have a spawn point right here. Guess coming in and out of the park. There's another one over by the main entrance, which I'll show you. And as we make our way along this little path here, we got some information huts. This is a little backstage area. You can see staff member. Ooh, he's pumped up. But anyway, here is the Bear Hollow Park, the world famous Bear Hollow Park entrance sign. You can see Bigfoot there in the background. That'll be the first coaster that we ride. Over here is the hotel area. Very nice. I had a whole episode designing this. Very happy with how it turned out. We actually got some people sitting here. Very nice. Lovely. This park is now up on the workshop, and one of the things I will mention is the building interiors. Almost none of them are done, so don't bother looking inside the buildings because you'll be disappointed. But here is our pool for the hotel. People are enjoying themselves quite a bit. And making our way back out, we're gonna go ahead and get into the park, take a tour, ride some roller coasters. It's gonna be a good time. Off to the left there, we got some bathrooms in case people need to use them before going in. But here we go into the main area, the main entrance area to Bear Hollow Park. Got just a little restaurant over there, Ferris wheel. Pretty happy. This is one of the first things I built using that rotational trick with the platforms. And there's a little Enterprise ride over there, but let's go ahead and ride Bigfoot. Look at these guys, aren't they cute? We have Fast Pass all day today. So we're gonna skip the lines. This coaster is pretty jank, but most arrow loopers are pretty jank, so I'm okay with that. Let's go ahead and take a ride on Bigfoot, see what this guy's all about. And that was Bigfoot, the Aero Looper. This, I think, was the first roller coaster I built, and starting off with an Aero Looper is probably a good way to get started, because they don't have to be super smooth. Arrows are jank, man. But anyway, back to the main area, and we now have our first decision to make. I think we'll... God dang it. We can go left, which would take us to our dueling mock coasters. They're so loud for some reason. Or we can go underneath our monorail station, which I think is the route we're going to take here. So we're not going to ride the monorail, but we'll go ahead and take a look up here at the station. Pretty simple, just some wood, and that guy's got a pee. Some wood and bricks. Nothing too fancy. And one of the last things I built was this ride here, Spirit, which is just a little car ride. In our Tycoon map, this was a rocking horse ride, which does not exist in this game. So, pretty simple. Seems to be very popular, interestingly enough. Back there is just a little backlot area, and we have a restaurant here right along the river. This looks great at night, by the way, with the lights I added. As I said, these interiors are not decorated. Pretty low ceiling there. But pretty happy with how this turned out. But let's go ahead and make our way over to the kind of the flat ride section of the park. There's not much over here other than some very basic flat rides. There's a restaurant in the back too. Oh, these things make so much noise, I forgot about. We're gonna have to deal with that. I got a wave swinger over here right along the water. We'll get a better view of that. Surf's Up, the loudest ride in the world. Pretty cool. So we got our wave swinger right here along the water, and a little swinging ship ride here. I'm pretty happy with the decoration for that swinging ship too. It's got a little waterfall feature here out front. And this whole section of the park is a little bit of a maze. There's a lot of loops, but we're gonna go this way to take a look at the restaurant. The exit for Surf's Up. A little backstage area. There's some staff facilities over there. Some nice nature. And a very unpopular restaurant. There's bathrooms there. But here's Viva la Vegan. Kind of decorated, not really. Missing some path over there, oh well. But we're going to continue to loop around this nice little serene little foresty area. Lots of different loops. Kind of confusing, but it is what it is. And over here to our little dueling drop towers, right along the water as well. This gets a crazy line too. This bathroom building, I'm really happy with how that turned out. It is very simple, just a few pieces from the game, but composed together. I think it looks nice. And here's the crazy line for our drop towers here, right along the water. Very nice. These are actually two separate rides. You can see there's the gap here between them. They're invisible, but I put them side by side so it kind of looks like it's just one giant line. And the ride attendants will just put you on one of the two towers. This lighthouse is a blueprint. There's a lighthouse in our RCT map. Oh, we got some guys sitting down too. It's always nice to see the guests sitting down because you don't see it a whole lot. Some great views of the park here. Monorail coming around. And we're going to head over that way and take a ride on Iron Menace. So coming down the paths here, again, this park has just got some of the best views. A Ferris wheel here. Here is the second monorail station. That was the loop over, you can see the restaurant over there. So the loop can take you this way as well. This monorail station isn't my favorite. It's super high up off the ground. This is one of the things I probably would have done differently. Would have elevated the ground a little bit better. Been more mindful of things like that. I had no idea how to decorate these stairs either, so I just kind of kept them with the default. We got some bathrooms here as well along the monorail station. Iron Menace snacks if you need to get a drink or a burger. And probably my favoritely decorated ride entrance of everything I made. It's time to ride Iron Menace. Let's go. So once again, we have Fast Pass. We're going to just skip all these people. Go look at some of the queue line theming. And a look at the station. We're going to have to get the next train. This ride was more popular. I don't know why it's a lot of empty seats nowadays. And we're going to go front bumper on this as well. Here we go. That was Iron Menace. A little janky in some spots. But pretty happy with it overall. A lot of Kumba inspiration on that, which, oddly enough, Kumba has closed down. Who would have thought when I made this coaster that Kumba would be closing? But we're going to continue our journey and enter Fairy Forest. This is our world famous kids section. In the Roller Coaster Tycoon map, this was a lot of people's favorite area, which I agree, it turned out really, really well. We got a little game there. Lil Lightning. We're gonna go ahead and take a ride on this guy. We'll just go up the back. Oh, we gotta wait for it to come back to the station. All right, well, you're gonna cut to POV. Here we go. is actually a fairly intense family boomerang now that I've ridden it again. But that's okay. I'm stuck. Stuck. How do I jump? Stuck. What is going on? Can't get out of here. Alright, back to it. That was weird. A little playground area for our kiddos. Little fountain feature. This is the Fairy Forest Lodge. It is not decorated, so we're not going to go in there. Up here, we'll go this way, because it's a nice little bridge that I made. A very, very scenic looking pond. The classic spiral slide from RCT. Nice little waterfall feature. Over here is the stunt show, which is under renovation, closed to the public, because I didn't do anything in there. I don't know how to make a stunt show in Planet Coaster. Here we got our bumper carts, Bump and Derby 1. I forgot to rename that. Shit. And one of my favorite roller coasters, Picollino. Let's go for a little ride on Picollino. We gotta wait for it though. I think this ride has had like 30 guests total since I built it, which is pretty funny. Kind of a joke ride, not a very serious roller coaster. You can see the point of view had some weird issues with the camera too. I think it's because it's so small. It's just awkward. Crazy Carts. It's a bummer. This is the least popular ride in the park. Nobody rides it. I have no clue why. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong with go-kart track, or maybe it's just because it's in the back of the park. I don't know. It is what it is. There's just another restaurant building. Again, we're not going to go inside. There's nothing in there. There's some vendors up there for food and drink. That's the bridge that I showed you earlier, and we're going to make our way out of Fairy Forest. And once again, we have a choice. Over here is just another building. This is all aesthetic. There's nothing in here, not even a restaurant. But over there's a little twist ride and a bridge to Whirlwind and Wildfire. But we're going to ride that later. So we're going to go this way, over this super cool bridge. Our big waterfall over here on our right. Big star flyer there. Rapid River, I have an episode on the channel for this build, which this ride turned out really good. I think it looks really cool. It's just not a very popular ride. I like where it's situated in this park. How it's got its own little cove here. And pretty happy with the decorations I made as well. But these dueling launch coasters are just calling my name. They're so loud. MTR is our Larson loop. And making our way over here, we're gonna ride the park's RMC terrain coaster, Thunder, as we watch our dueling coasters go by. They are so loud. We're gonna get on those bad boys pretty soon here. But we're gonna ride Thunder, inspired by Lightning Rod at Dollywood. You'll see lots of inspiration for that. Again, we're gonna skip the line and head on to Thunder. Here we go, guys. And that was Thunder, the RMC. Very happy with that coaster. Again, lightning rod inspired, but also tried to throw in lots of laterals and quick transitions and things like that. Some interesting inversions in there. So pretty happy with that. And now we're gonna make our way over. They're ready for us. Whirlwind and Wildfire. Easily the highlight of this park. Thunder's up there. Thunder's a great coaster as well. But I mean, these guys. What's not to like about a dueling launched coaster, man? So we need to head over there. But I will just show this last little section of the park we haven't gotten to just quite yet. This bridge heads over towards that Larson Loop. You can see there. Starflyer, Rapid River's over there. And here's another restaurant I made. Nothing too fancy. One cool thing about it, though, I will show. It's not decorated inside. There is a bathroom in here, though. Is we got this outdoor seating area with some really good views of Whirlwind and Wildfire. So this would be an awesome place to have lunch or dinner. Come out here, watch the top hat of this coaster as they come by while you're eating your grub. Fun stuff. All right. Over here, there's another little viewing area where you get some good views of Whirlwind and Wildfire. I'm sorry, I don't know why they are so loud. But anyway, the path here goes right under the stall, and it also goes under that dueling element. Here, Wildfire comes underneath the path, too. So just some really good interactions in this area of the park. But it's time, everybody. Whirlwind and Wildfire, here we come. We head through this little path underneath the brake run. Very popular area. Some shops and stalls right here. You can come sit and enjoy the launch mechanism. Pretty simple ride sequence there with just a flamethrower and some smoke cannons, but I think it's a nice fit for a park like this. You know, this isn't like Universal level theming or anything like that, so just little details like that really help enhance the ride experience and the viewer experience if you were to hang out in this area. But let's go ahead. Which one should we do first? I think Wildfire is the better ride, so we're gonna save that for the end. We're gonna take a ride on Whirlwind first. This fast pass is really paying off today. Skip all the lines. And one of the cool things is these two coasters always have a long line, which is awesome because they should be the headline attraction at this park. So the game mechanics working out in my favor. All right, here we go. It's so loud over here. I apologize. That's right. What a great ride. Well, that is the park, everybody. If we were to head that way, we would head back towards that fairy forest area you can see. But we're gonna just take one last little walk here out of the park entrance as we make our way. Just some final thoughts here. I know I have a very small YouTube channel. There's not a lot of views on any of my videos, but that's okay because I'm doing this for me. This is kind of just a fun hobby that I'm having a great time doing. So if you are one of the few people that watch these videos, thanks so much. I hope that it's entertaining and that I'm not just doing this for no reason. Other than I enjoy it. I want to at least have your feedback and your thoughts, and this is packed. Look at all these people coming here. But yeah, once again, thanks again. This park being finished means I can start working on some other things. I have some ideas for different types of Planet Coaster content that I want to record. I'm definitely going to continue to stay active in the Roller Coaster Tycoon contests. That's my first love, but this game is so much fun. I'm learning so much on how to build, and it was really fun recreating a Roller Coaster Tycoon park, trying to put everything in its right place and all that good stuff. But we are heading out of the park. It's much more quiet over here. You can see how well hidden this park is from the parking lot. And it is time to make our way home. As we drive on out of here, once again, thank you guys for watching. Be sure to give it a like, comment, subscribe if you enjoy this kind of stuff. And I will see you around. I'll see you next time.